พิธีกรค่ะ Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all of the honorable guests. Welcome you all to this afternoon session. For this afternoon session, I would like to thank you very much for your time to attend this panel discussion session at Excellent in English Program Management, the second, under the concept not just a teacher, but a coach. And I think that we should add up more as a marketing person. Our topic for this panel discussion is Thailand's curriculum integration toward English program, problems, solutions, and instruction for student higher achievements. First of all, I would like to introduce my panelists again, my speaker. Regarding to this session, I would like to introduce all the speakers. First is Mrs. Dhoopdhorng Sooksawat from Hatyaiwittayalai. And the second one is Mrs. Tamisa Wiboonkiat, Assistant Director of English Program Montfort College, Primary Section. The next one, Mr. Alexander Hodges, Representative of the Director of Montfort College, Primary Section and the National Department. Last one but not least for sure, Mr. Stephen Dobosh, Head of Science Content Group at Assumption College. And me, as a moderator, I'm Duangkamol Sarotsumpun from Visuttharangsi School, Kanchanaburi. And to prepare all of you about the background knowledge of the school from my four panelists, I would like to watch the video presentation about their school. เพื่อเป็นการปูพื้นฐานก่อนของ panelists ทุกท่านนะคะ อยากให้ทุกท่านได้รับชมข้อมูลเกี่ยวกับโรงเรียนของแต่ละท่านก่อน จะได้ทราบว่า background knowledge เป็นอย่างไรค่ะ ขอเชิญชมค่ะ โอเคไม่มีวิดีโอ presentation นะคะ แต่ว่าอาจารย์แต่ละท่านจะพรีเซนต์เกี่ยวกับโรงเรียนของแต่ละท่านนะคะ First, Mr. Stephen, would you like to introduce about your school?
I need 3 hands here. Thank you very much. A little bit about my school. I'm coming from Assumption College in Bangkok, the original founding school here from the St. Gabriel's Foundation. There we go. It is a private Catholic school in Bangkok. It's the second oldest private school in Thailand, as far as I'm aware. It was founded in 1885 by a French missionary. Currently, it provides an English program for students from Pratom 1 all the way through Mattheom 6. When it started, it had just Pratom 1 and then Mattheom 1. And now, for about the last 15 or 16 years, we have been covering all levels. Some pretty big names have come from Assumption College, including 4 prime ministers, 15 privy councillors, and also some rich people. Right? To date, there are more than 51,000 pupils from Assumption College, and that I'm including those outside of the English program, of course. At the beginnings of EPAC, as I was saying, it started about 15 years ago in 2002. It was introduced right around the time that many English programs began to spring up around Thailand. A little bit about EPAC, as we have come to know it, the English program at Assumption College. We do follow the Thai curriculum. It is a Thai school. We use native English speakers to teach the subjects of mathematics, science, physical education, health, occupational works, which is a pretty broad subject, covering everything from home economics to shop class, ICT, computers, and obviously English and language arts. Taught in Thai, social studies, Buddhism, religion, history, geography, obviously Thai language, and all of these help to lay a good foundation and make sure that the English program is part of Assumption College and the goals of Assumption College, which do include preserving Thai customs, Thai values, Thai culture. So why have the English program? 3 reasons that I can tell you today. One is providing an access to learning subject content through native English speakers. I see the English program as somehow fitting in between price rise, as far as price goes, the Thai regular program and a maybe Tier 1 or Tier 2 international school. This English program provides that opportunity for middle-class students who may not be able to afford the 1 million baht plus price tag of some international schools, but want their children to be taught through the English language, which takes us to Objective 2, an enriched English language, so that they don't have to send their students, their sons or daughters, abroad. They can keep them in Thailand, and leads to point number 3. English language education without losing or eroding the Thai traditions. Our students, there's a picture of me, I'm a physics teacher from Matyom 4. I think many of the panelists today are Pratom, but I represent the Matyom section. There's 361 students in our English program, and I'm happy to say that we boast an excellent teacher-to-student ratio, 12 to 1. I don't think that's marketed enough. 12 to 1 is a great number to do just that, as the title of this seminar is, to be a coach. It's much easier to be a coach if you have 12 members of the team and not 50, as some classrooms may have. It's much easier to be a mentor, as this morning's panelist was saying, if you have a nice student-teacher ratio. The next 2 slides are just a little bit about the students and where they go. This is just looking at the English program. We're looking mainly at Tamisa Wiboonkiat, Mahidol, of course, your big private international colleges. And then we also have a percentage that go on to study abroad, study in America, the UK. Taking a look here, we're looking at what type of degrees. English program, our students generally go on to engineering. As a physics teacher, I'm glad to hear that. Business administration, architecture, and some doing in medicine. We've had some study in China. So our foreign staff, this is only a part of the foreign staff. We have 30 native English speakers from Australia, Canada, South Africa, the UK, and USA. We have a Filipino lab assistant, and from time to time we have employed other nationalities, maintaining that they can speak and use the English language pretty much on the same level as a native English speaker. And the several Thai teachers that we have are based out of the regular Thai program. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen. And from Assumption, Bangkok, we will move to the northern Thailand to still get the school information from Montfort Hatyaiwittayalai and Montfort College Primary Section. Welcome, Ajahn Tamisa.
Swadika. Today, I have to say thank you very much for inviting me to share the idea about our school. Montfort College Primary Section Chairman. Actually, we have a secondary section as well, but it is separate located. So today, I want to share the idea about IE, Intensive English. You can call bilingual program and EP programs, because our school just divided 2 programs. And I will show you about EP hierarchy as well. Teacher subjects and grade levels. Curriculum, classroom, benefit of EP students, and other facility for EP. So about IE program, that's just the name for our school intensive English. We can call bilingual program. We teach 50% of English and Thai. So we will teach math, English, science, social studies, and computer. In one class, we have a native speaker and a Thai co-teacher work together. We try to make them work like a teamwork because our student is not native speaker. We speak Thai, so we like to have a Thai teacher who support them in the class as well. We have 7 or 8 classes per grade. Okay, quite a big amount. So we have 2,500 students in our school for primary sections. The next one, English program. I can say that 100% is taught in English. And then the main subject is maths, English, science, social study, history, and computers. And only native speaker can teach in English program as well. We have Thai teacher who support in the class as well, but we don't allow student or Thai teachers speak Thai. And then we have like a rule to find student 5 baht if you speak Thai in the class to encourage them to speak English more. Because in the environment of our school, when they're outside the classroom, they just talk with their friend in Thai. So we just have a fun rule to make them speak English as much as they can. Okay. So we have 1 class per grade. Not more than 30 students per class, a bit. I think the number like Stephen said like 12, right? 12 to 1, we have 15 to 1. It's not too bad. Okay. Next thing. So in my section, I work at the administration people who work with foreigner. I'm the head of foreign teacher and English teacher, but you will see that in the blue frame, we work with foreign teacher. So our school try as much as we can to work as a teamwork with Thai and foreign teacher. We have a meeting together, we share the idea, because sometimes foreign, I think not some school, many school, even in my school, just lack of communication with Thai and foreign teacher. So I think the best way to communicate is to make the foreign teacher understand Thai system, Thai curriculum, and Thai education. And we need to understand them as well. The idea from foreign country to support our school in Thai style, we can mix and match. Okay. For our school, we just have grade 1, 2, 3, and then have foreign teacher to be advisor, and then they need to teach 5 subjects in English. But for grades 4 to 6, they just teach a subject. For example, if they teach math for 4, 5, 6, they will teach for grade 4, 5, 6, just only math. If they teach English, they will teach 4, 5, 6 for English only. So grade 4, 5, 6, we just emphasize more about subjects. Computer as well for our student studying as Macintosh and Microsoft. We not just teach them only 5 subjects, but the other subject that they need to share and teach by Thai teacher as well. We have Scouts, Boy Scouts, career, music, art, Chinese, health and PE, and activity clubs. Activity club is like elective subject, so students can choose what they want to study, just 1 period a week. So our curriculum based on Thai curriculum. But the problem is that when we find out Thai a lot of information and topics, so we try to choose just only important topic and then the concept, and then make students feel fun when they are in the class based on activity. Okay, we skip this part. So, plan for developing our English program. Next year, we plan to include health and PE as a subject taught in English for next academic section. It means we will have a native speaker who will teach health and PE. It will be great. For classroom, like I told you, not more than 30 students. And we have active board, smart board, and then computers, air-conditioned classroom as well. The teacher help each other, not just only teaching, but just looking for and has responsible for well behavior for the student as well, and include student in academic, personal, social, and moral aspects. Students are encouraged to speak English in all subjects, and then no Thai rules, like I told you, maybe buy them 5 baht, and then just give the money for the classroom. So we just give more chance for teacher to have more idea and more technique. So we just tell them, okay, we have the curriculum and topic for you. So it's your job to find a way to make your class is fun for students. So our teacher just like to have class dojo.com. I think most of you or some of you used to use this website quite good, and then students love it as well. So the benefits of our EP students. Our EP students have opportunity to learn and integrate with students in our IE and in bilingual, because we share some activity together through assemblies, activity clubs, and integrated days. So just give them more experience about Thai culture, not just only in EP group, but they can share with IE1 and in bilingual group as well. And our EP students are also assessed in international standard test we call Cambridge English Young Learner Test. So we will test our student English every 2 years, grade 2, grade 4, grade 6, because that's the first and Friday to test their English ability for 4 skills. Okay, so I just believe in every school have library, Macintosh lab. This for English student, EP student, and grade 5, grade 6 student for IE. They study also window lab, window in window labs, science labs. Yes, genius room. It's about the station that students can choose what they want to be. So if they want to be a seller, they can have their own shop, or scientists, they can have their own section about experiment. And the last one, we have a program to support their studying skill for daily life, Rosetta Stone as well. Just assign them to study at home, like online things. And then the teacher will check their their study at home, but the teacher will check that how much they study in each day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ajahn Tamisa. From Assumption and from Montfort, they are both private school. Now we switch to the government school, and we need to take you back to the south of Thailand. There is a school named Hatyaiwittayalai School. The school is very successful in English program. And Ajahn Dhoopdhorng Sooksawat is the project manager, head of the English program. She's going to share you the basic information about the program.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. For Hatyaiwittayalai School, Now, this year it is 71 years old. But at our school, we have special program we call SMA, Science Math Ability. And for this program, we can go to lots of students to be the doctor, engineer, and I think this is the way that our school is going to be the 4th rank of Thailand this year too. And from SMA to SMT, we have another special program, SMT, Science Math Technology, and they prepare the student to be an engineer or the thing that they would like to do. And we have EP. This is the 12 years of EP, but for me, I just start to be the head of the English program for 5 years. And something like the government school, we have something like political method and a lot of changes. And we try our best to run the program. And our vision, we systematically manage our courses based on the basic education curriculum 2008, like the same as other schools. And the program aims to develop the unique ability and leadership potential of each student in order to develop competent and responsible Thais for ASEAN and global population. This is our vision is very high. So I and our team, I think I talked to Stephen that I think teamwork is the best thing for running EP, because we have to help each other. We work like friend, like brother, sister. We have meeting sometimes once or twice a week or more than twice a week, because we have to try to finish our English camp. We prepare beforehand for 3 months. And this is our mission to develop the curriculum for lower and upper secondary education to world-class standard, because my school is one of the world-class standard school. And we have 9 classes. For lower level, we have 6 classes, Matyom 1, 2 classes, Matyom 2, 2 classes, Matyom 3, 2 classes. And for upper level, we have just 1, Matyom 4, 5, 6. And at first, at the beginning of this year, we have 9 teachers for 9 classes. But now, I have to tell you that some problem happened, and we still have just 7. 2 of them left us, and now we have to solve the problem by ask the teacher, the rest teacher, to cover the courses. And I think this is the same problem with the same as the other school that we meet, the recruitment of the foreign teacher. And I would like to tell the government to help us, because we don't know how to do. Everything is on the head of the department, and we try hard. We don't have time to do our thing, but we have to sacrifice everything every time to the school. So we would like to tell you. And this is the thing that they want our students to be. Student development goals, everything. Maybe we have to think that it's okay to make a beautiful word, to have beautiful word to say, but the reality, we would like to tell you that it's very hard for us. It's the very big issue for English program and share vision. And for me, I have to tell you that I'm a Girl Guides leader. So we use our English to make friends with others. So we have schools from Malaysia to sign MOU with us. And that day we have two teams, two schools. One is the progressive language school that we have our students pass the test, CFR test from Cambridge, because this one, the guy, he is the authorizer of Cambridge University, and we sign MOU with him, and we have our students to pass CFR. And it's great to tell you that two of our students, they passed C1, they got C1. So this is our activity. And this is our school. We have Ganesh, the God of success, and we would like to tell everyone that we think the teacher is the best occupation for to make others to be in this world. And this is our English program. We joined the EP Southern in Hatyaiwittayalai school, and our student and our teacher go to have the competition, and we got lots of gold medal from there. And this is our classroom. And you will see that the students, they wear different uniform, because this is the pre-learning class. Before they come to be the English program student, they have to spend about 2 weeks before to have the pre-learning course and to make friends with each other and to know the teacher and know the school and know the courses. And this is another one. And we try to have special period, because our students, they have the fifth form to study, and we try to gather them together in Rajavadi Hall. We have this activity called EP Family, and in EP Family we do some activities like quiz, ASEAN quiz, English quiz, math, science, and sometimes we have something like robotic, like this. They have to make the tower. They help together in groups and make the tower using paper and put their handphone on the tower. We try to have the activities to teach them. And this is the quiz. And during the semester, this is the first semester, we have Mother's Day, and we invite the parents to come to see the activity that their kids have done. They did something like drama or song, choir, speech choir to show their parents. This is Machung one. And we have extra activity. We brought them to the Wat to learn about Buddhism and to do something like during their free time they can go to learn from outside school. And this is our successful from EP Southern competition, and all of them get the certificate, and we take photo together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dhoopdhorng. There are so many amazing things from Hatyaiwittayalai school. So this afternoon session will focus, the discussion will focus on about the curriculum integration, and also the problem, the solution about the student achievement, a higher achievement. And all the idea that you are going to listen are from the project manager or the head of the program. That I'm sure that a lot of things benefit for you to apply in your school. So, not to waste our time more, I would like to start with the first topic of discussion. Mr. Stephen, could you please share us your experience teaching English program in Thailand? What are the problems, the solutions, and instructions for student higher achievement that you did in your school?
Teaching in Thailand in an English program has been quite a rewarding experience. One thing I really enjoy about teaching in Thailand is the ability to be more of a coach and a mentor, to have that time. Just last week, I noticed a student was getting very sleepy at the end of the day and falling asleep in the after-school class from 4 to 5. And, I tried to give him some work, and this is happening almost every day. And he wasn't like this in semester 1. I just sent a simple line message to his dad, letting him know. I said, maybe he needs a little bit more sleep. I got back a very long, detailed message stating that they're going through a little bit of trouble with scheduling, per se. They have to, this young boy has to go from school after studying for an extra hour to 2 hours across Bangkok in traffic, meet up with his mother, and then drive out to Ramatu Road, which, if you drive out that way in Bangkok, anytime with rush hour, you're talking an extra hour or more just with the traffic. And that student, he went on to say that student was sleeping very irregularly, sleeping for maybe 2 hours, getting up, doing his homework, sleeping again for an hour, getting up, taking a shower, going to sleep for 2 more hours. I was able to connect with him. He said, please talk to my son. Let me know what you think I should do. What's another way? So that's something I'm working on right now. And it's nice to be able to form these sorts of bonds with the students and to be able to connect with them and to be more of a coach and a mentor with them. As far as the problems go, one of the biggest problems, and I know this is a common problem, many of you sitting here today will probably be able to relate with me. However, this morning's speaker, maybe not so much. That's staff turnover, stability. To me, that is the #1 problem, is getting, recruiting, and retaining good staff. It's a very competitive market. Salary packages need to be competitive, and I'm sure that with government schools, it's not that easy. You can't just bump up an extra 10,000, and neither can the private schools. To get qualified teachers, as every one of us here want, fully qualified, years of experienced teachers from back home. In Bangkok, you're looking at a salary of no less than 130,000 baht a month, right? Once you start to get down to 100,000 baht, you're getting into your tier 2, tier 3 schools. And then you have the English programs. They're paying anywhere from 30,000 upwards of over 100. So it's a very competitive market. So I think salaries are one way that we can combat this issue with stability. But it's not the only way. Teamwork. And I think that you're able to do that at Hatyai. And I really liked your ideas. Sitting down, getting the feedback, not just top down, I have information to share with you, but I want to hear what you have to say. Maybe we'll try something and find out that it doesn't work. That's okay, we tried it. Let's take that step forward. Be a team. I think teamwork is another way that we can get and recruit teachers, retain them by showing that we value what they can bring. Thanks.
If I can just build on what Stephen said. Sorry, good afternoon everyone. My name is Alex and I work at Montfort College with Tamisa, teacher Jane. I have experience teaching in Thailand and in the UK, working in a leadership team in a primary school in Manchester. And I've recently come back to Thailand to use my somewhat limited experience. I'm sure many of you have much more experience than I do, but my experience and skills in teaching and helping to develop a school back in Chiang Mai. Now, with what Stephen said, I think I can agree with everything he said. With regard to teaching itself, teaching in Thailand as a foreigner is excellent if you have the right motivation for yourself and you find an organisation or a school which gives you the support and the value. I think is an important point that Stephen made. Too many teachers that I know feel undervalued in terms of, not just in terms of their salary, just in terms of recognition for the amount of work that being a good teacher entails. And with retaining staff as well, building that sense of a team and building that sense of cohesion through good communication. There's obviously going to be some language difficulties or management styles which work better than others, but building that communication between those two groups of Thai and foreign teachers, that's when it's done right, it's brilliant, and everyone benefits, especially the students.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stephen and Mr. Alexander. Ajahn Tamisa, would you like to add up anything?
Just one more thing.
Yeah.
All our foreign teacher need to write a lesson plan.
Yeah, very nice point.
Yeah,
Really.
because I think writing lesson plan just not just used for teaching,
Yeah.
but to sum up your idea what you're going to teach, what you want your student to join with you. So at the first term, I tried to ask, we use the word ask, foreign teacher to do that. They just feel like, for what? Because my lesson plan in my brain in here. So I just said, could you please bring out information from your brain and write in text or letter for us, please. So if you are absent or the one who want to teach the topic that you think is excellent topic to teach students, so the other one can copy, can use your lesson plan and make it even better. So I try to make understanding, like Alex said, that have a meeting with them. It's not just tell them, okay, doing lesson plan now, but we have a meeting and explain how to write. Even it's harder when you have to put indicator from Thai curriculum, and very difficult for them to understand. First of all, we need to talk and help support them, not just tell them to do, like a work as a teamwork.
Thank you, Ajahn Tamisa. I think that the lesson plan is a big problem in many schools. I think we will come back to talk about this in detail with Ajahn Tamisa because she is an expert about lesson plan with the foreign teacher. But we will come back to this topic later. Now we move to the back. Ajahn Dhoopdhorng, please share your experience as a Thai teacher teaching English program in Thailand. What about the problem, the solution, and also the instruction that you did to live up the student higher achievement?
Thank you. So for Thai teachers, we will be the co-teacher with the foreign teacher. And the thing that Ajahn Tamisa said we cannot do in Hatyai because we have just the course description and learning outcome, just that. And when we asked for the lesson plan, they said that they can do it because up to the lesson plan, if we have 50 minutes, but the time in each class, in each period, we cannot just adjust that it will be 50 minutes because sometimes we have more activity, we have to reduce the time to 45 minutes a period or 40 minutes a period. And then our foreign teacher, they say that they know how to adjust everything. And for the absent, they said that if they are absent, so they can come back and manage everything by themselves. Or sometimes we have other teachers who cover the class, and it is not a problem for us. And for co-teacher, we have Thai teacher who is the co-teacher with the math teacher, math foreign teacher, and sometimes we don't think that it is the conflict because the Thai teacher just sit and listen. Sometimes they try to study English with the student, and I don't think it will have the better result for that. But for us, when we have the meeting and we will ask about the way that they treat our students, and sometimes we have to advise them to do like that, like this, and to try to make a copy of something that we think that it is important for them to give to them. And sometimes they follow, and sometimes they just don't want to do. But we cannot say anything because we have to be up to them because they come to teach our students, and they have the heart of the teacher. We know that, we trust them, and I think they know that they learn from me when we work together for 4 or 5 years, and they know what should they do. Thank you.
It sounds a lot of problem waiting for us as a project manager or the head of the program. And we go to the second topic, is about the curriculum. As we know that Thai national curriculum, we focus on the Thai characteristic. So, Ajahn Tamisa, in both teacher and learner, how can we integrate EPs with Thai national curriculum? What did you do?
So, first of all, I need to say that after reading Thai curriculum, so much content, sometimes it's just too many details. So the problem is, even Thai and foreign teacher just keep worrying about how can I finish? How can I finish teaching the book? How can I finish teaching all topic from curriculum? Because it's too much. So best thing that we try to do is we try to select some topics, just only the topic, and try to explain for the teacher. In classroom, you have 50 minutes or 45 minutes to share the idea. When I observe the teacher, after that I give the feedback is, please just pick up only one concept and then make them understand that concept using fun activities or more activities. It's better than just have plenty word of PowerPoint and throw information for students. And as we know, in our class we have the best student, about 5%, the average one 50 or 70, and then the lower one as well. So I just feel pity or just feel not good with the lower one who was left behind. So we try to develop our technique, teaching technique for our teacher. Just pick up some concept only, not all details. And we try to mix with international things. So in our EP program, we just use international book. So it's not get along well with our curriculum, but we can write and to show the government who want to inspect us, like this is addition idea from international country, from England, from US. Maybe Mr. Lai can add up more about teaching history.
Yeah, I think as one of the speakers said this morning, the ideal student or graduate is that student that's bilingual and has the experience and knowledge and skills of other cultures. So the more you can internationalize your curriculum, the better. The younger the Thai children are learning about issues not just faced by Thailand, issues that are coming to everybody, that are applicable to everybody, or in different parts of the world. Yeah, it's great. For example, I teach Thai history to grades 1 to 6, and that's very much just based in the history of Thailand. However, the next quarter, we've decided to make it more international, the world history, ancient Romans, ancient Greek history, and sort of expand their knowledge in that way. It's kind of us developing the curriculum ourselves and looking to other countries, what we can take from their curriculums and apply it to students that are learning English as a second language.
Thank you. So this means Montfort College choose only the concept of the Thai national curriculum and simplify it to the teachers. How about Hatyaiwittayalai, Ajahn Dhoopdhorng?
I would like to tell you that the teachers' expectation from my school, they said that in order to fully realize that the benefit of the English program, the students should have at least some basic English understanding in order to facilitate further English learning. So that is the thing that we should think about this, because we have the different individual. Some students, we would like to get 60 students and they have to pass the exam paper and interview. But when we, 1 year, when we have the test, and after that we got, from 60 we got 48. And we told the administrator that they passed the test and we will get just 48. But at the beginning of the semester, we got all 16. And they come from somewhere. So this is the thing that the teacher asked me, that how can we have the same level of understanding in English and they can further their study. It will be better than we would like to get the number of the students to full the program and not the quality.
Thank you. Ajahn Stephen, how about your school? How you integrate the EP with Thai national curriculum?
I see the Thai curriculum as being very comprehensive, but it seems that we are able to we have a lot of liberties in how we implement a lot of the curriculum. I think you guys have highlighted some of that. With the curriculum, it is very broad. One of the biggest problems, though, is that the progression. In some math courses, we see teach trigonometry in Mathematics 4, teach trigonometry in Mathematics 5, and then teach trigonometry in Mathematics 6. But it doesn't really define specifically the progression that is needed. No, I'm going more on what I've witnessed. So this is curriculum through the MOV that has been adapted by assumption. And I think many of the English programs here are part of a larger school. Many of the English programs, such as Assumption College, is just a department of a much, much larger, thousands and thousands of students school. And I think that we need to have a bit more segregation between them as far as the academics go. And the reasoning behind that is we're taking foreign teachers with foreign textbooks and applying a Thai curriculum. That's tough. That's very tough. Foreign teachers, foreign textbooks written for foreign curriculums, matching them to the Thai MOE curriculum. And that's, to me, is one of the toughest things that we have to do. Some schools will go with an American style curriculum. Some schools will go with the UK. Some schools, such as ours, breaks it into the content group. We found that for mathematics, following more of the Cambridge textbooks and objectives work really well. For science, we found that different American textbooks work really, really well. And from a marketing standpoint, this works well for the parents who are looking, and we can say, these are the same books that your international schools are using. But it's challenging. It is very challenging trying to get and match the Thai curriculum using textbooks and teachers that aren't familiar with it, or aren't written for the Thai curriculum.
So there are many ways to integrate the curriculum, and so challenging for you to choose which way to integrate it. Okay, and the next topic of discussion is about the activity that we do with the student to make the student achievement better than before. อาจารย์ทุกทองค่ะ What can we do to improve the English program education administration to better student achievement?
For us, we have a study tour for every level of the student. For Module 1 and Module 4, we brought them to Penang and to study in Penang for 3 days with the Progressive Academy, Language Academy. And they have the way of teaching like Cambridge, because they are the authorizer of Cambridge University. And after that, we have the study tour for Module 2 and 5 to Singapore. And for Module 3 and Module 6, we went to Korea and Hong Kong, and this year we went to Taiwan. So I think study tour will make our students, they have long vision, and they will know more. They will go to the wide world and they can adjust themselves. And another thing, I have told you that we have the CFR test for them from Cambridge, and we have tuition, and we have activities in the school and outside the school. And once we brought them to make the check them near in the district near our school, and we think that the way that we would like them to be is to not just to make them smart, but they have to have brain, and they have to have heart. So they have to give service to the orphan, to the elderly, and they will know how to live their life. And after that, when they have done all activities and they know that they have to take care of themselves, they have to pay more attention in their learning, and they have the successful result.
It seems that study tour is really popular among us in our school too, and it's work for Hatyaiwittayalai, so it should work with our school as well. How about Montfort? What activity or the extracurricular activity that you did with your student to improve the English program education administration for better student achievement?
I just want to focus about English language. So when I was young, I study or learning English by writing alphabet A, B, C. But we are human beings. The first skill of us is listening first, and after that, start to copy what you hear and then start speaking. After that, you learn how to read and write. But when we was young, we study English with the difficult skills like writing first. So I just want not just Montfort student that, or student who not native speaker who study the other language, learning by doing, learning naturally. So let them speak, let them communicate first. When they understand, after that, we can practice them how to read and write. So when I was in the university as well, just thinking about, remember the rule of grammar, and then for what? For taking the test. But I can't communicate. I'm not there enough to say hi with the foreign teacher. So today I just feel like our young children have more chance to meet with foreign teachers. So they have more chance to use the language, to speak first, and after that, I always talk or speak with my teacher who teach English. Could you please teach grammar without saying the rule number 1, number 2, number 3? Just make them learn naturally without saying we will learn grammar today. So just make them feel like, oh, I'm happy to do more activities, speaking, listening, not just writing the rule of grammar. Okay, thank you.
So Montfort provide activities about the learning by doing, and start with the listening skill first. That means it's the receptive skill, right? And then later maybe productive skill. So how about Assumption now, Stephen?
So at Assumption, now we're working on becoming a STEM-based school. And so far we're taking it quite slow, which I think is the appropriate way to integrate such a big change. One of the biggest factors, though, with integrating STEM is, again, it circles back to retainment. Developing STEM, it takes years. It is not something that can be done overnight, and I think we've seen some schools do that, where they go for something that's hot in the scene, such as CLIL, and then they jump on it. Within 6 months, they put a poster on the website and call themselves a CLIL school or a STEM-based school. And I think we just need to be careful about that and focus on, again, retention and showing value in our staff. If we're able to do that, we're able to develop STEM-based activities that can last and improve on them. Same with the curriculum. When I first came in, like I said, I was given a curriculum that was not very, it was very comprehensive, but it was, I was very unsure of where to proceed. And I think that focusing on the long term is something that all administrators should do. Focus on the long term, and in the short term, you will see rewards.
I can add one point.
Okay.
With regard to what you can add in an EP program or any program really, is something I'd like to see more in the school I work at, and I'm sure if you don't have it, that yours would, is SEND provision, special educational needs and disabilities, provision for the students that are struggling most. And having worked in the UK recently, I know there's things that we can learn from other countries, things that we can't bring to Thailand, things that we can, but the provision for children with educational needs was excellent in terms of the school I worked at, in terms of one-on-one provision for any student who was found to be struggling. I've seen, in my experience teaching here, children who've quite obviously gone through level 1 up to level 6 without that being addressed. And that's just, I mean, in its essence, it's cruel, and it's a real negative. Sorry,
it's damaging.
It's a damaging aspect to have in their life. So that's sort of whatever we can add, whether it's improving the teachers' awareness of that, rather than just saying this student is a lower ability student. Well, what else are you going to do to address that issue? Because without that, he's not going to improve, or he or she's not going to improve at the same rate as the students who are either gifted or more standard in the class. I think what ties into that as well is engaging parents in their children's learning. Children are only at school for 8 hours a day maybe, and then the rest of the time they're with the parents. If the parents are not engaged with their son or daughter's learning at school, they're lacking. The child will lack in some aspects of their life. And it's up to the school as well to welcome that engagement from the parents, to have things that bring them into school, make sure the parent is aware of any issue that their child may be having, give them good feedback. I think all these are small things that don't need a lot of, they don't need a huge budget for your program, but if it's not addressed, then I really believe it should be. Bringing parents on board with their own child's education, you're getting extra help from the parents of your students. I think it's something that any program could benefit from.
If I can just feed off of that, like you said, let's be careful in how we label students. You're a science track student, you're smart. You're a language track student, you're dumb. And that's how it's seen between a lot of the students in many English programs. We need a little more diversity, a little more freedom in the electives of what they can take, and embrace that. Let's not let them feel damaged. Like I can't learn. I'm not smart because I don't take physics, or I don't do well in chemistry. No, but you might do well in something else, and let's bring that up from them.
We talk about activities, but how about the resources? Just Stephen, to improve the student achievement, how can we actually implement them? What resources are needed to achieve them?
Support. I think support from the administration for the teachers, and then support from the teachers to the students. Coaching them, yes, mentoring them, following up with them individually, treating them as an individual. Those are keys. Patience. Patience from the teachers, patience from the administration. It's tough working in Thailand. It's tough for us foreigners, and it's tough for you to deal with us foreigners sometimes. We realize that, and patience is needed on all ends. And lastly, obviously, money for the infrastructure and to develop these things. But I think the first two can be implemented without money, support, and patience.
How about Montfort College? What did you do? What resources did you provide for your students?
Human resources.
Yeah, good.
Because I think the best resource in the school is teacher. So if we can help support, encourage them to be not just the better teacher, but the best, and just encourage them that, as we know, teacher can't make you rich, but it's a good career to make you proud of yourself, that you can give knowledge, and then you can build up the children to be a better person in the future. So we try to support our teacher. Of course, money, but not just only money, but it's like a teamwork atmosphere. We work as friends, we work as family, and then even if they have problems, not just working, something else that we can help, we just support. When they feel happy to work, I think the result of working will be better. If they just feel sad, feel bad, tomorrow Monday I need to come to school again. So it's not good. Just try to encourage them to have the idea to be shared and be one of the member of the school.
Easy money is a keyword too. How about with Hatyaiwittayalai?
We think that we provide everything for the student, the textbook, the teachers, and the facility in the classroom. And one more thing, I think that the teacher should be more patient. I have to tell you one example. Module 1 student, they didn't pass the science subject, and they have to come to the teacher. And I asked him how, and he said that he has to tell the reason why he failed in that test, and he has to correct the mistake. And the teacher worked very hard because he is patient. The student, he didn't pass the exam one time, and then he came back again and again and again until they passed. That is the thing that we got from our teacher, the patience.
Thank you, อาจารย์ Dhoopdhorng ค่ะ อาจารย์ Tamisa ค่ะ You mentioned about the lesson plan. You told us that lesson plan is one of the best thing to make your English program successful. Could you please explain us in detail from the first step that what did you do with the lesson plan with your foreign teachers?
So many Thai teachers, because I work with foreign teacher and Thai teacher as well. The format of Thai style is too complicated. So we just simplify that and then write our format, cover our topic but make it easier. And then just, we can say translate from Thai into English. And then we have to train our teacher, not just give them the format and do that. So we explain. For a teacher who want to be a teacher, I think they have skills. When they understand, they just click and then never tell them again. They just understand. But if you not explain clearly for them, they will have the question all the time. So we sit together, just ask them what they think. Do you want to add some idea or not? So I just tell them that the other aspect from the indicator from curriculum, just tell them how and put some point. But the main thing that I focus on is the state of teaching. Please show me for introduction what will you do. The process of teaching, step 1, 2, 3. If you want to use song or YouTube, please copy what web page that you use. Books, what page number, and for how long as well. And at the end, in conclusion, you need to wrap up. There is just three steps for the teacher to understand introduction, process, and including all wrap-ups. Okay.
Okay, thank you ค่ะ อาจารย์ Dhoopdhorng ค่ะ in Hatyaiwittayalai school, do your foreign teacher need to do the lesson plan in Thai format?
No need, because I have the example from British Council and show them that we can copy anything that they can do, because I think the internet will help us and they know how to do. But the problem is that our foreign teacher, for the native speaker, they are not finished in education. They are not the real teacher, but they have the language to do their occupation. And so the thing that we have done with them is to show them the right example and try to motivate them to do. But we have no choice for that, because for Montfort, she told me that they have bonus, they have rice, and for Hatyaiwittayalai, we have to do like the other government school. So we just have small party for them to have the buffet together. And 1 year, if they do well, they can have the rice for not more than 2,000 baht. 1 year. So I don't think we can do like the private school, but we try our best, because now we have no choice for the teacher to even now we have two months the shortage of 2 teachers, and they try to help covering the courses, and we would like to have the new qualified teacher, because how can we recruit the qualified teacher for the English program? This is the big issue. And the second one is the student. The student have to be attentive and well behaved. And for the parents, they have to be open-minded. And we would like to have the head of the department who is skilled and attentive and work hard. So just the thing that I have to say is just the issue, and we try our best to solve all the problems.
So no need for Thai format. Any format is okay. Mr. Stephen, how about your school in Assumption College? Do the teacher need to do the lesson plan?
Yes, they do, and I just have to say that I agree 100% across the board here with what all the panelists have been saying. Yes, lesson plans are required. However, a lot of teachers end up keeping 2 sets of lesson plans. They keep one set of lesson plans that are official looking, and they follow the template, and they check the box. That's nice, but what a lot of teachers end up doing is straying from that and writing their own lesson plans. And I really appreciate, and I think there's a lot to be said about the freedoms of writing your own lesson plan. One of the big problems is, though, and it ties back in with the turnover, is when teachers leave, I think we were talking about this, they tend to take everything with them. If that happens, then you're not going to be able to develop the progression that we spoke of before. You need to be able to develop the progression.
Okay, thank you. Someone said that in Thailand, lesson plan is for giving, not for following. You get the lesson plan just for your boss to check it and you do it, but you never follow it because you have to, adjust yourself in every class. Some school that is a big school, we get a different type of student. So only one lesson plan cannot adjust, cannot suit only one lesson plan in one class. So Thai teacher is really expert in my opinion. We can do a lot of things. We can apply everything. And we can do, so flexible for Thai teacher. Really, really flexible. Not only flexible in my opinion, I think that Thai teachers are so elastic. The new event come every morning, and we have to tell our foreign teacher that today we don't have class because we get the extra activity, and the foreign teacher asks why, because he planned the class already, he had the lesson already, and sometimes we have to do a white line to make the school seem better, and this is the true reality. Okay. So how about getting the English program in your school? What benefit or what the better opportunity for your school, for your students, for the parents, for the community to get the English program in your school? Okay, from Montfort first.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
What do you think about the benefit or the better opportunity to get the English program in your school? Why don't you teach just a normal program? Benefit for your student?
Why should a parent put their child in an English program?
Yeah.
Well, as I think Stephen said before, it's that middle ground between the normal Thai curriculum education and a much more expensive international school. An EP program, when it's done correctly, can give a child great access to language taught by competent native or near-native foreign speakers and teachers. You've got the scope for a curriculum which can be both Thai and international. It gives the students a great foundation in terms of language. The programs that we have at the school, as we sort of said in our presentation, we have the IE and the EP. IE being intensive English and the EP the English program. And the difference between the two is really night and day in terms of the language ability of the children. Obviously there's a difference in resources and the teaching methods, but you really see that benefit. The confidence that children come out of an English program with is remarkable. You can have great conversations with a P6 student who's been through an EP program, who's really got a grasp of the language, and they know where they're going in their life. They're not just thinking about high school, they're thinking about where they want to live. Maybe they want to go abroad to study in Europe. Maybe they want to go to the United States. Maybe they already know what career they want to take. But I think it gives the child a bit more self-confidence and the skills that they can require to really set themselves up for a high-quality life. So, I mean, if I was a parent, I would definitely look at an EP program for my child in Thailand.
Mr. Stephen, what the advantage and disadvantage of getting English program in your school?
John Alex said it correctly. They become global citizens. They leave with everything's okay. When they graduate, they experience different cultures, different methods of teaching, so many different backgrounds. Again, you have teachers from the U.S., UK, Australia. I remember when I was in school, I had only American teachers, obviously. And it wasn't until about maybe Matthew 5, the equivalent, 11th grade, that I realized that you could spell a color with a U, or harbor with a U. Not until I was almost an adult. But the students get all of that. They get education from a whole different background. And I think that is key, while maintaining the Thai values. At our school, we have a motto, AC Jelly. And I think that our students are able to graduate with that AC gentleman character, while also being a productive global citizen with critical thinking skills and able truly to think outside of the box and not afraid to question. Our students are not afraid to question.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen. อาจารย์ทุกทองค่ะ
For my students, I think they are more confident and they have opportunity to further their study abroad, because if they are in English program, they can pass the exchange program to study abroad, to be the exchange student in abroad for at least 1 year, and then after they came back, they have more confidence and they can use their English very well, and this is the way that they have passed their entrance exam, and they continue their study in the best university, both in Thailand and in other countries that they do. Because for our students, Mature 4, 5, 6, they have 2 languages to choose. They can choose Chinese for 7 periods a week, or French 7 periods a week, and they will choose that what language that they will further their study, and that is the advantage for the students.
It seems that studying abroad is a great advantage for the student if they study in English program in any school. So there are so many English programs in many schools in Thailand. What is the strong point of your school? That's why the student choose to study in your school. Mr. Stephen Ka, what is your school's strong point for
the
English
program?
program?
I think it's the diversity. I think it's the diversity that they see and the focus that they get from the teachers. As I said at the beginning, we were able to have a teacher-to-student ratio of 12 to 1. Our teachers are able to dedicate a lot of time to the individual students and their needs. I think that's a great selling point compared to many of the schools that may not be able to, or have 50 students in a classroom, or even 40 students in a classroom, if you're able to have smaller classes and the teacher is able to spend time going around to each individual student, both during class time and outside of class time, that's a great aspect to have as an educator and as a school.
Thank you. And อาจารย์ทุบทองค่ะ
For our school, I think the teacher, the foreign teacher, will be the motivation from other the student from bilingual school. They would like to further their study in my school because they would like to use English because the parents, they see the advantage of using English, and if they know more English, they have to study with the foreign teacher for 18 periods a week, and they have the environment with the foreigner teacher, and we think that this is the thing that if they choose this way to imitate or to try to copy the way of living their life from the teacher, because this is not the Thai way is not good, but some better way from the foreign teacher, something like they are honest, they are punctual, they do the thing without requiring something back. So this is the way that I think if they learn from each teacher, they will get some moral from them, because they just follow the instruction and they have to obey and try their best to find what is the real thing that they want to be, and they will learn their life better.
So not only knowledge but also moral that they have taught in your school. This is really nice. How about Montfort College? What is your strong point?
Academics aspect.
Could you please explain in detail?
Or of a foreign teacher need to do the lesson plan right.
Yeah.
Not just แผนการส่ง but it means แผนการสอน
ค่ะ
Because we just ask them to finish their lesson plan 1 week ahead, and then they need to submit us, administration team, 1 week before teaching. It's not just hand in, but in case they are absent, we have another teacher who covering the class, and then they can follow, and then it's very useful. So when the teacher see that, not just hand in, but you use my lesson plan to teach, and then we have a observation team as well to check, not check to finding any mistake, but check to help and support. And we have a team who just observe the teacher as well. Just tell them, okay, 4 times a year, we will have hate of 4 of us will observe the teacher. They know, so, okay, this period, I will be observed. So they just prepare the best thing for a student. So at least 4 times the best thing for a student. I think it's not enough, but at least you just encourage the teacher to do something special, not just the normal class. And I just add up some idea, just tell them, okay, I will observe you guys, to pop in and pop out without telling. So they just feel, okay, even I don't have this special class, but I need to teach well in case she come in. It is the strength part of academic aspect as well, because we just tell them to do things that the teacher do, teacher job, writing lesson plan, preparing your lesson, teaching, writing the test, that's it, nothing else. That is your job to be a teacher.
So from Montfort College, the selling point or the strong point is about the good lesson plan and good teaching class. It's really interesting, really. What I have heard that no one mentioned about the assessment of the teacher, about in your school, about the assessment. What did you use the system of the assessment in your school? I mean that. Do the teacher have to check about the paper of the item, everything about the qualification of the test paper? Did you have to do that in your school, Mr. Stephen?
Yes. Generally, the head of content will review all of the examinations that are produced each round, which is 4 different rounds in a year, from 2 midterms to final exams. And these are generally exams that have been written from scratch. A lot of new teachers, so the exams are written fresh. That's a lot of weight on the head of content to go through every single question and check for compliance and check for quality. So what we did a few years ago in the science department was began peer reviews of examinations. And I think that this is key to have the other teachers in the department looking at other teachers' exams and going through them question by question. Generally speaking, we match up biology teachers with biology teachers and chemistry with chemistry. And what this does is it not only checks for, are we teaching what we need to be teaching, but are we progressing? The Mathium 6 bio teacher is checking the Mathium 4 bio teacher and make sure that we're building on what we've already taught. So yes, there is checking, not only at the administrative level, but also amongst the peers, amongst the teaching staff.
How about Montfort, Alexander?
Yes, we have a similar system, but not actually by peer review, but I think that's a great idea, having your teachers assess each other. And I think with things like that, having a non-critical tone and having a sort of advisory, developmental tone to it would help it work better. But yeah, that's a great initiative. In terms of what we have at our school, yeah, we have very thorough checking of high quality questioning in every test that the students do. Probably, in my opinion, too many tests. I don't know about your schools, but you know, the amount of testing the students can go through is sometimes quite a lot. And there's evidence out there to suggest that minimal amounts of testing can be much more beneficial. That said, testing is necessary, and at our school, yes, when we have any formal testing done, is sort of rigorously checked beforehand. And as Tamisa said before, observing the teachers regularly as well, having that schedule of lesson observations help keep that. It helps develop a good schedule for the teachers throughout the year when they're going to be assessed, show how they're developing, what is the work they're producing, has it changed, is it improving?
Okay, thank you. Ajahn Dhoopdhorng, what type of assessment that you use in Hatyaiwittayalai?
We have a paper test, and sometimes they have something like interview or do some other activities, like the student have to go to interview the other teachers to get the information from the teachers, and they took video for that to show their teachers about this. And one of my students, they posted in YouTube yesterday. I saw it, and I think all the tasks that our teachers have done, they have to make the test, and after that they have to submit to me, and I check, and then the student take the test, and when after that they have to check correct their test, and if the student fail, so there will be something like the retest, or do something for the rules that the student have to pass 60%, and that is the way that make them angry, because they said that they cannot do anything, and why they got grade 2. So this is the Thai rules, the regulations from the assessment of Thai school, and this is the way that we have done.
So there are variety of assessment. But what, in my opinion, I think that some of the foreign teacher, they don't study about teaching, so they cannot decide about the type of test, always the same style or the same paper. This is what the school has to provide the knowledge for the new teacher or the foreign teacher who get, little knowledge about the assessment นะคะ I would like to ask อาจารย์ Tamisa ค่ะ in your opinion what are differences in the National Education Core Curriculum 2008 compared to those abroad?
I mentioned that before, like too many details. So it Thai style just add up many topics, too many details. There is affects our teacher because they just keep worrying. I want to finish every topic. I want to finish teaching. For abroad, I think they just have the concept, and then if you heard from Finland, they will cancel or subject just learning by doing. So it's like we stick, Thai style, stick with papers, stick with course outline. So for studying abroad, you will see many kids have more activities, just learning by doing, and not just reading and writing from textbook. So that's why we try to develop our program to have a course based on activities and concept.
So you focus on the activity. And also in our curriculum, we get the desirable characteristic. And this is what we have to see in any curriculum in this world. Dr. Ajahn Stephen, in your opinion, what are the difference of the national core curriculum compared to those abroad?
A little bit clearer of progression. Of course, it's written for the U.S. curriculum is written for the U.S. and the U.K. curriculum is written for the U.K. So the way I'm looking at it, my vantage point is I'm looking at the Thai curriculum as a foreigner using, again, foreign textbooks, American textbooks. So the progression, it's a little bit difficult to, because it is so comprehensive to ascertain what exactly the progression should be. The desirable characteristics, I think that's a great aspect. I think that schools need to spend a little bit more time teaching foreigners about those because they are such a great tool and a great addition to the curriculum, but many of us have never heard of them. We don't know how to implement them. So I think there could be some focus there, but I think they're great additions to the curriculum.
How about your opinion, อาจารย์ Dhoopdhorng คะ
For my opinion, I have been to London and attended the study for general English in class, and I think the teacher teach the same as the English teacher, Thai English teacher, because sometimes they talk about the grammar, but the difference will be the way of how to learn, because the students in other countries they pay attention when they are more attentive, and I think it's okay for Thai students. Some Thai students that we have grouped them for the base class, and that is easy to teach. But for other class, something like our school class 19, so that is the worst thing for teaching them because they don't know how to learn and they don't like to pay attention. And that is I don't think the difference of the curriculum is the big issue, but the way of teaching or the way of learning. That is the thing.
So we need a lot of adjustment, and it seems that a lot of work waiting for us to move on. Okay, We come to the last topic of the discussion. As all of the audience are the school director or the English program managers or the head of the program, and some are the teachers. I would like all the speaker, is there anything you wish to tell all of the audience in this room? อาจารย์ทูปทองค่ะ
As I have told you, the thing to improve English program, the first thing from the students, they should be well behaved and attentive and work hard. And the second one, qualified teachers. And the third one, open-minded parents. And the fourth one, the administrator or the head of the program and the staff should be skilled and talented and work very hard to fulfill to success. Thank you.
อาจารย์ตมิสาค่ะ
I just have a dream about team teaching in my school. If we have a team work with Thai and foreign teacher, work well together, even the system of Thai system explain to every foreign teacher to understand Thai style, and then we can become one as a teamwork. Will be great. So I just try my best to communicate from Thai side with foreign side, and then we mix and match and just try to make our best to produce or to achieve our goal together.
อาจารย์อเล็กซานเดอร์ค่ะ
Yes, I'd echo that, focusing on communication between the different groups, and in your role leading an EP program to bring all the different stakeholder groups together, the students, the parents, the staff, anybody related to the school, bring them together and utilize them as much as you can. And don't be afraid to try something new, try a new initiative. I mean, everything, with any profession, especially with education, it has to be continuously improved. The moment you find yourself resting on your laurels, that's when problems can arise. So use initiative, try something new, try and show what we're trying to teach to our students. We have a focus on critical thinking, so be critical in terms of what you're looking to implement, and if it's not right, change it and try something new. Thank you.
So communication and collaboration, I think, are what many of us share and we agree on. Communication and collaboration are probably the two most important things that leaders can adopt into their English programs. There are many talented people that come to teach in Thailand. There are some that are not very talented that come to teach in Thailand. And we need to differentiate the two and focus and show value to those teachers that come and have something to share. Empower them, share some of the leadership, let them make a decision that might not go right. Don't be afraid to try something new. We as the English programs should be the model for, if we're part of a bigger school, we should be the model for the bigger school because we are a little global society there with such a diversity. So don't be afraid to collaborate. Don't be afraid to share the power. Don't be afraid to nominate somebody head of field trips, nominate somebody head of laboratory. You don't even have to pay many of these people anything extra. They just want to take that role and take their ambition, and that's really it, is that they feed off of the ambition. So you really don't even have to pay them. Empower the teachers, empower those that have value. Thanks.
Thank you. So teamwork and collaboration is a keyword to be success in this job, and we will move on together. I hope that all the ideas that we discuss and share with you today will be useful for all of you to apply or adjust in your school, not for us only, but for our students and for our country. Could you please give your big hand for my speakers? and thank you for your attention also ขอบพระคุณค่ะ